know, but that role of Booger in Revenge of the Nerds sparked a 3-decade-long career playing lovable dorks and goofy sidekicks, and now he has a fantastic book that features letters, pictures, and new interviews with some of the minds behind the biggest movie hits of the 80s and beyond. The author of Revenge of the Nerd, or The Singular Adventures of the Man Who Would Be Booger. Curtis Armstrong joins me now. You are one of the most famous people I've ever interviewed.
Wow,
everyone
really?
knows who you are.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's those movies. I mean, it was like 4 jobs in 8 years that never go away.
And decided the trajectory of your life. And you have a choice at some point whether you're going to be very resentful and work against that kind of notoriety, or whether you're going to embrace it. What choice did you make?
I made the choice to embrace it for several reasons. One is I realized that I hadn't wanted to do Booger in the first place because I thought it was just awful.
Because you were pretty fresh out of acting school.
Yeah, I was, you know, I thought I was better than all that. I mean, it was, I'd done Risky Business, which was kind of a classy movie, and it looked beautiful and all that.
And a huge blockbuster
It was big. It was a big hit, and then Nerds comes along, and I was just going, God, do I really want to be in something called Revenge of the Nerds? Never mind picking my nose and belching. So it was difficult to get me there. But then once we got to Tucson, all of us, and I talk about it in the book, we worked all together. The writers, the director, the cast, worked on the script to make it more accessible and make the people more people you care about.
Now that's something you hear about on shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but that is not part of the typical process now, is it?
Not at all, and I mean less so now even than then. We did have a week though, and it was a feature film, and they gave us a week to rehearse and work on the script, which is even then kind of unusual for something like that.
Now I don't know if you were planning to document your career back then, but when you were working on Risky Business, you took a lot of notes on Tom Cruise, who at that point was not in the clutches of Scientology.
Well, no, I actually had kept a journal. It was a diary, actually, of the entire experience. And Tom was 19. I mean, he was a kid. I was 28 when I made Risky Business, so I was
You were the elder statesman of the cast.
I was the old man of the theater. You know, one more story about the old Vic, and I'm on my way.
And so Rebecca De Mornay and Tom Cruise were having a
They fell in love on that film, and they were together for I think 2 years or something after. So
but Harry Dean Stanton was hitting it and quitting it with Rebecca at the same time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in those movies. I mean, it was the 80s, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Do
you miss it? Do you miss the 80s?
Not remotely. I'm actually fine with the aughts. Yeah, so anyway, the Risky Business thing was really a journal to remember what making a movie was about. You know, obviously everybody's interested in Tom and all that, but the truth is the journal was kept because I was a stage actor who thought I was going to still be a stage actor. I didn't think this was going to lead to anything, and I wanted to remember what making a movie was like. So every day I wrote down everything that happened. Including the starlets that were lined up outside Tom Cruise's hotel room. Well, I mean, you notice things. but you know, he was a really talented and attractive young man, and you know, it was the 80s.
With great teeth and a very bright futurist Jack Reacher.
Really good teeth. And made me feel very self-conscious.
Does he still? If you saw him today, what would you say to Tom Cruise?
Hello, Mr. Cruise. I don't know.
Very good. Very informal, warm relationship the two of you have to this day.
It has been a long time, decades, since I've seen him. So.
Well, let's go find him.
All right.
We got some time to kill.
Absolutely.
He may be in the big city.
He may be. You never know.
All right. Well, Curtis, great book, a very, very entertaining read. You take us through all of it. And I have one question.
Yes.
If we can get the mountain behind me. What is the street value of this mountain?
Well, in today's dollars, I wouldn't even hesitate to guess. I mean, in the 80s, you could get it for almost nothing.
But now?
Yeah, now. I mean, now it would cost you.
Beyond illions.
Yes, beyond illions.
Yeah. All right, Curtis Armstrong, Revenge of the Nerd, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Fantastic. Woo!